course, we're going with flexible solar panels all the way through. We got 420 watts on this side and 2 on that side. But I've gone online to see methods that people might have used to be able to hide the wires. And no matter what I've searched, nobody did that other than wire organizers, those tracks, which I'm using as well. But the problem is, even using those, technically, the wires that come across the top between one and the other are all looped up and on the top of the solar panel, and I did not want that. What I wanted to do is hide as much of the wire as possible. As a matter of fact, I would have loved to not have these, and I considered opening them up and drilling through inside and making the connection inside these, and the wire would go underneath the track. But what I did, if you want to come around this way, so you can see.
I dream of sailing. You know I always dream of sailing. Take me far away, sailing. You know I always dream of sailing. Freedom on the seas, my love. Dancing on the waves toward places we don't know. Loving life Mercado style and steady as we go. I dream of sailing.
Before any of this, I picked up some of this corrugated material and put it down in order to keep the panels a little bit cooler with airflow, which is recommended going underneath it. I got it down already with a little bit of silica holding it down. Technically, I would have run this track all the way down to the end, and I ran out of it, so I'm modifying the added piece that I still needed here to come all the way to the outside and create its own channel. And once all said and done, this will be white anyway, so you're not going to be able to see a difference between this and this. But yes, it would have been nice to have this track going all the way down, and this track takes a snap-on cap. Now, I cannot get these wires to go through these, so I will end up cutting these in between and just sliding them up in between the tracks. So, once all said and done, I took the panels and I cut each of the wires. This one is the negative. It didn't matter whether if it was going to be negative or positive, but one end is going all the way out, and the other end, because they're in series, they're just hooked up positive to negative all the way down, and the last strand out is the positive, which is the opposite of this, and that will go down. That will make the connection to the MPPT. Now the biggest trick is going to be to get these wires laid out nice and flat under here when I pull these panels up to their location. So now these wires are inside here. Now all these connections are done with heat shrink connectors, so they are definitely waterproof. I do not have to worry about any water getting into these which would cause any type of problem. Should not cause a problem. Now we do this. Where you can't hide the track. Any extra, and gets on the road. And which I got a little bit extra on this one. It's a very small amount. I was trying to figure out this idea. But well, how much wire I actually needed. The first one I came up with a little bit tight. So I made a small adjustment on how much I was taking off. Apparently I adjusted it. Still got a little bit of situation. But anyway, if you look at the other side, it's all like this. Is it flush up there?
Yes.
Okay, so I got these two leads coming out, which will go to my MPPT, and no matter what, I gotta drill. So what I decided to do is come up with a hole over here, but there's a spacing away. The reason why over here is because I got the round pipe underneath, which is set somewhere right around here. So what I'll do is I'll go from underneath, pilot hole it over here, and then that's where those wires will go, so I can tie up, and their location where they're gonna end up going down into the MPPT. The pipe that they're shaped in is right over here. So with that, I already have these two wires that come from that side. So they're already connected. So it's time to get these two in place. But before doing that, I need to make that hole.
Okay.
The drill bit is going to penetrate through this track. Where is it coming out?
I don't see it yet. Underneath it. Okay.
Good.
You're through.
All right, I'm going to wiggle the drill a little bit in there. Watch your fingers.
Okay, go to that side.
Watch
No?
your fingers.
Yep.
I don't see it, so you don't
Okay.
see it.
Yep.
Okay. And want to give me the current? I don't need all this extra wire here.
Excuse me.
All right, babe. Feed him in. I can't see. That's on. Good.
You sure this is supposed to fit?
Yep. Come on, you can get it off.
No, I cannot.
Oh, it's right on the edge, babe, right? I did not know that.
Now I can do it. They don't need you. Want the scissors? right now.
Okay, so solar panels were not that bad to work with. Before buying these, I was actually debating whether if I should go back to rigid, because I know under the rigid you can hide most of the wires underneath it, then it would just need a small extension or track or organizer to come out of it at the end until the wires went down through the solar panels and through the hard top. But on this case, the track ended up being the same height as that corrugated stuff that I used to get the air to pass through. On this, the air will flow all the way from front to back, and it should prolong the life of the solar panels. The whole hard top looks pretty good, and this whole hard top was quite an undertaking, because as you guys that know how to work with fiberglass know that it's quite a task to get such a large area over like this done and getting it perfect. So therefore it's not perfect, but it is pretty darn close to it, right, Fatima?
Absolutely.
I can live with this.
I can live with this.
Yeah, I'm one of those that when I got something that doesn't look right, it bugs me and bugs me and bugs me forever. Somebody will come over and I'll be the first one to point it out. Like, oh, you know, it would have been a lot better if it wasn't for this. I constantly criticizing my own work. Perfectly lined up, side to side also, which I'm happy with that. Now, as far as wiring the solar panels, everybody knows that solar panels come with dedicated quick connects throughout the whole system, which is a nifty system. I mean, those plug, that's male to female, they plug in really nice. They're marked by the color of the O-ring over there, indicating that's a positive. Well, I eliminated all of this and went with the shrink wraps. These are heavy duty. They really do produce a lot of glue when you're heating it up, making a really solid seal onto the other. Now, to hook up multiples, and before they go into the solar panel also, well, they have all these connectors for all kinds of different scenarios. Like these. These are to bring 2 arrays of solar panels into one. So you would take the 2 arrays of solar panels, one going to each side, and then the lead would come down going into your solar charger. And you have the opposite over here, where you have 2 males coming up and or positive, and one coming down into your charger. Yes, they work really nice, but all this is inside is really, it's these 2 are connected in here, one into the other, and are just leading out. It's basically an internal connection, and it becomes a little bit bulky. So if you want to hide something like this, well, good luck. On my back panels, my 1200 solar array is not too bad, because all the wires are exposed underneath there, and I got them stacked up on the top of that pipe, and then they of course come down on this front pipe and go down into the lazarette, and from there it goes down to my solar chargers that are inside of the closet in this bedroom. So it makes it pretty easy. These that I just applied on a hardtop, well, we talked about this early on, and this is not tidied up yet, but the wires from that one come down just on like this. They come down, they follow up this pipe, and these that I just put up are these 2 right here, which are not hooked up yet, and they will pick up these 2 wires that go down again into the charger. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut these 2 butt connectors right here, and I'm going to double up 2 into 1 over here and over there, and then the single wire goes down, and that will complete my connection over here. Then I can tidy that up with zip ties and nice bundle, and that will look really good. And I know that I generally don't show up everything that's going on, but we just installed the solar panels on the boat, and I was so happy with the way it was coming out. And one of the 6 solar panels, the corner of it, here's a picture of it, which I took a couple of pictures to show Amazon, which was no help on this particular case. Because it was shipped directly from the vendor. So I tried contacting the vendor to no avail. None of the links to contact them is available, or it doesn't populate. But anyway, one panel burned right up so badly And we're lucky that it could have caused a fire, the way I saw it. Melted down, and it kind of separated. There was already a little separation when we first built it, because that was the first section of the hardtop that we put down with the polyester resin, which reacted with the foam, so it's created little low spots throughout the build. So anyway, there was a little bit of separation, but with that heat that built up, it separated more, so there was a big spongy gap between the fiberglass and the foam. So today I just went through on all those softer spots and drilled a small hole and had some cans of foam insulation, and I sprayed inside that cavity, that void, if you will, for it to expand out and grab both the fiberglass and the foam, and hopefully that works. So, but right now, yeah, I got a little decoration up there with all the foam blowing up where I made the holes. Here, here. Some of this is not, but this, that. All these holes. And by doing that, I still got a couple of soft spots. Like here, I still feel it, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, so yeah, all of this, couldn't even walk over here. It was very, very spongy, because this is the area that the solar panel was in, which is installed on the top of this corrugated vent system that I put up so air could flow underneath and it wouldn't build up that much heat. So there must have been a defect somewhere in one of these cells over here, because it completely burned out. Now returning it is an issue, or would be an issue, because I modified all of this. I did not use the quick connects that come with it. I spliced all the wires so they would be the correct size between here and there, and put a heat shrink barrel connector in between each one of these, so therefore that void the warranty. But really, I expected Amazon to say, okay, we will contact the vendor, which has bad reviews, by the way, and see what can be done. But nope. Well, here's our suggestion: pack it up and send it back. When I don't have no packing material, I have nothing that came with these solar panels, because we're in a boat. We buy something, we're going to use it, we discarded the packaging, plain and simple. And then on a boat, you modify things. So therefore, I did not expect any problem with this, and yet we had a problem. So I ended up with 3 panels on this side, 2 on that side, out of the 6. The 6 worked beautiful. It was a nice layout. Well, right now, I guess we're gonna have to make do with the 5 that we got.